everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be all about reading challenges. I thought it would be fun because 2022 is somehow approaching very fast, and it could be interesting to look back at the reading challenges that I've done in the past, some of the ones I'm currently doing, some of the ones I want to be doing, whether they're yearly, monthly, weekly, to give us some ideas. And it will give me the chance to get some feedback from you to help myself decide 100% which challenges I want to do next year, and maybe get some suggestions for a specific book to add to my list. So let's get to it. There's a lot. Let's start with the first big one I did was my big book challenge, which I used to be terrified of big books. To be fair, as a kid, I loved them. Like, you would leave me alone library to pick one book, I would probably try to get the biggest one I could find because it means more to read. And then somehow, I think in school, I just got too overwhelmed with work, so I didn't have time to focus on huge books and develop this little fear of big books. And I decided to do it twice, 2 years in a row. I would choose, well, from a jar, I would pick one book that was over 500 pages to read that month. And that was kind of successful, actually. The first year, I think I ended up giving higher ratings than the second year, but you know, that's can't no invents what's gonna happen. I enjoyed it enough to do it a second time, and I'm open to doing it again in the future, eventually. But it was a lot of commitment for me, at least in the beginning, to have to read one every month. I feel like it helped me a ton, though, because looking back at even this year, I definitely have read quite a few books that were over 500 pages. So although I don't feel like I'm 100% over that fear, there's been a lot of improvements. So that was fun. Definitely something I would recommend doing if you are scared. You don't have to choose one every month. You know, it could just be like 6 a month. 6 a year, or a month, whatever you want. Definitely a challenge I would recommend doing. Another one that I have done at this point, this is my 3rd year doing it, and it is my Goodreads reading challenge. Basically, Goodreads has their choice award every year, and like, for example, this year, 2021, they will make us vote soon to choose the best book in each genre that were published this year. And I kind of decided to react to the fact that it's kind of a popularity contest. I feel like sometimes some books are voted, like there's more votes than people that actually rated the book. It just feels like people vote because of the author. So in reaction to that, I decided that the following year, so if I were to do it again, in 2022, I would try to read as many as possible that were part of that award show in 2021. And then I do my own award show at the end of that year. So like, for example, at the end of November, I will be doing my own award show for the books published in 2020. Does that make sense? So yeah, I have done this 3 times, or I'm about to do it the 3rd time. And it's been very hit and miss. I think that this year is going to be my last official year of doing it. I might still do it for like very specific genres, like maybe like my 2 or 3 favorite ones. But at first I was doing it on like every genre that I was interested in. I was trying to read as many of the nominees out of like the 20 that are there with the winner, and then, you know, deciding which one should have won, or, you know, in my opinion. And it's been fun, but I feel like my ratings are very, very low. And I don't know, like, it's been getting worse, I feel like, and I don't know if it's because there just weren't that many great books published that year or what, but yeah, it has been kind of difficult because I'm committing to reading like 40 books by doing that, and it's a bit much, especially if I'm not going to enjoy all of them. So if I were to do it again next year, I'm open to it. I would probably just choose like fantasy, sci-fi, and like mystery thriller. That's probably the only 3 I would do, because I don't think I have found a favorite in the other categories in the last 3 years. So, but it's a good idea. I feel like it's a fun idea. I would recommend probably choosing something else, maybe like another kind of award show, another like winner award, more official one basically, because I do feel like it is 100% a popularity contest, and it's been a rough challenge. It's been fun, but I might need a break. As far as like little ones that I have done, I think one of the most popular one is my 1 week, 1 shelf one, which I 100% agree. Basically, I put all my shelves in my Locat jar. I have like 24. Since my books are divided by genre, whenever I pick a shelf and I have to read the books from that shelf solely that week, so I choose 1, 2, 3 books, I am basically reading a specific genre. And it has been really fun. I've done it 2 years in a row, plus like a week here and there. And it has helped me read books that I had kind of forgotten on some shelves, because some shelves are like, shove everything in there, you know? I had one where earlier this year I read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because I got this really random mystery thriller shelf that everything that doesn't fit nicely in the other two is just shoved there. And I would have, not never, but like I wouldn't have picked that book up probably for years and years, and it had been on there for years. And I gave it 5 stars. So that was very successful. Some of the weeks, it also helps me conquer my fear, because I picked the nonfiction one at one point, which I was like, oh, I love nonfiction, but like I feel like I need to be in a specific mood to read nonfiction, and like committing to it solely for a week was a lot. Same thing with classics, but like it really helps me just mix things up. It has been hit and miss in terms of like ratings, because I am trying to read the books that I kind of have forgotten, but I do think it's a fun one to do. Definitely would recommend it if you also have like too many shelves and books you tend to forget about. Which kind of in combination with that, I do like doing the try a chapter challenge. So basically I'll choose 2, 3, 5 books from one shelf, and I will read the first chapter to help me decide which ones I want to finish. And you can even mix it with the Unhaul. So if you don't read them within, you know, a time frame like this month, then you get rid of them. I need to do that with some of my shelves, because at the bottoms, I do have like a bunch of like YA fantasy that have been on there for way too long, and I probably should unhaul them. Maybe I can do that in 2022. Also in combination with the jar, because I do like using it a lot, you can put like a bunch of books that you are scared of, you forgot about, and then, you know, you pick one every month kind of thing, or whenever you want to read something else. It can be trickier if you are a mood reader, but you could put like, oh, I'm allowed to put it once back in there and pick something else, and then if it's the second time, you have to read it kind of thing. You can mix and match and do your own challenges, obviously. Another challenge that I have done a couple years in a row, and I will continue because I am enjoying it, even though it is torturous, and it is my pile of shame challenge, which, if you don't know, basically the books that I put down for no reason, I never finished, I call them my pile of shame, and then once a year I'll commit to trying to read as many as I can within a week, a month, whatever, and try to finish a couple. And if I still can't finish them, I just get rid of them, because we need it. And sometimes I end up loving the books and I don't understand why I never finished them. Sometimes I just have to admit to myself that I put it down for a good reason. So it's been hit and miss. I feel like this year there was like one that I liked and like 1 or 2 that I didn't. So, but yeah, it's good. I mean, it helped me finish The Count of Monte Cristo, so it only took like 3 years. But we got there in the end, so it's good. One that has not been successful is my giving authors a second chance challenge. So basically authors that I've read one book by them, really didn't care for it, but I'm excited about something else and I want to, you know, give them a second chance or last chance, depending. So far it's been bad every time, but I am deep down, very deep down, I'm an optimist and I want to like believe I will love something else by them. So for sure I will continue to do that and probably regret it every time, but at least it makes for entertaining vlogs. So one that I want to do again, because I did one edition of it, is reading your favorite ones. So I have done it for historical fiction, which I did discover Caladocini, which I've read a second book by him since. So that worked for me. Historical fiction is not one of my main genres, so getting your recommendations was fun. I need to do that again because that was interesting and I only did it once. So I'm open to doing that in the future again. Okay, let's talk about some of the ones that I'm hoping to do next year, so you can prepare yourself in advance and leave me in the comment section some suggestions and feedback, because I'm always open to it. You know, we still have like 2.5 months left to switch things up if. So the first one is I want to read some classics. I am scared of them, aren't we all? I used to read them a ton and I kind of got sick of it. I have like a minor in French literature, so I've read a lot of French ones. But there are a bunch that I want to read and I thought it would be fun to do it as a challenge, and I will be doing it on Patreon too, so you'll see the vlogs on there. I will be doing one every 2 months. I feel like it's fair, like it gives everyone a chance to get around to getting their hands on the book and then reading it, because they tend to be slower and bigger. I know for a fact that I'm at least reading, I think it's Persuasion by Jane Austen, because it's coming out as a movie on Netflix, I think. I'll double check whenever I announce it officially. But yes, I want to at least read that, and it's Jane Austen. I haven't read everything by her. I've read 3 out of the 6 novels that she wrote, so you know, we're halfway through it, might as well continue and finish it. So Persuasion, maybe we'll also do Sense and Sensibility, because why the heck not? I was thinking about reading The Tenet of Unhaul by Bronte, because I'm trying to read from all of the Bronte sisters, and I've only read the one from that wrote Jane Eyre. So I wanted to try another one, and that one has pretty positive reviews, and it's not overly big, so I think we can totally do that. And then I was thinking maybe East of Eden, because I'm terrified of it. I read like a couple pages of it, and I put it down because I was scared. But if we read it together, maybe that will go better. It will convince me, like I will be forced and have no choice. Plus it's really, really popular. Everyone seems to give it 5 stars, so I mean, why would we not want to give a book 5 stars? And people that have read it, I'm sure you will feel very happy to reread it, so maybe. And even like earlier this year, I got my hands on Middlemarch, I think. Is it what it's called? No. Yeah, Middlemarch. And a few of you mentioned that you really wanted to read it, or you had read it and loved it. It's a bit bigger, but again, we have 2 months to read it, so maybe. So yeah, these are some of my possibilities for the classic challenge. Once again, I'll put like a comment and leave any of the ones that you would be interested in. We can do that. That one I really want to have like an official list so we can know in advance and everything. Another challenge that I'm doing next year, but it's not going to be Patreon because it's definitely just a me thing, although you can do it loosely. You might have noticed, I've talked about it a little bit, I am terrible, and I mean terrible at, why was there an H in there? Terrible at finishing series. I'm great at starting them. I think this year I'm at like 18 new series started. Which sounds ridiculous, but a couple of them, there's only the first book that's out. A couple of them I'm not planning on continuing, so I feel like it helps a little bit. But there's probably still like 10, 12 series that I have started and I want to continue. And I finished, I think, 1 or 2 only. Or like caught up. This is bad. So next year, I'm hoping to probably choose like 10 of them, and I have to finish them. Probably finish, that would be good. Finish 10 series next year. Considering that I have caught up or finished 2, only 2, I will have to double check that, but that is terrible. So 10 would be like a huge improvement. Like, I feel like if I could get to 50-50, you know, it would be a better ratio. Oh my god, I will have the official numbers whenever I do that. Maybe I'll even like look back a couple years and see how bad it is. I probably just don't want to know. But for sure, I probably have started like at least 50 series that I haven't finished. So like 2022, we might want to fix that. Some of the ones that I am hoping to do monthly, because I like to do them, maybe not every single month, but you know, most of the time. One of them being I want to read more nonfiction. I mentioned that I'll be a little scared, probably because I'm tired. I tend to read a lot before bed, and I don't have the mental capacity to absorb what I'm reading late at night, you know? So I will probably do like an experiment with myself and try and read like a few different things, test it for a month kind of thing, and I will bring you in my journey. I'll probably just do the TBR to announce it, then like a vlog, and then I'll do like my normal wrap up just reviewing the books. So like it will be like 3 videos instead of 2. So I'm thinking about that one. Like I need to do that one, 2022 for sure. And I feel like it's easier to commit to focusing on it for 1 month instead of the whole year, because having to read a specific one every month just scares me. So let's start with a month. Read-a-thons. I need to do more. I used to do them a ton, and they are a lot of fun, but I haven't done one in forever just because things have just been too crazy. But I feel like it would be fun in the future to do one, like create one, and we can read together. So that's on my list of things that I want to do in the future. Not committing to it for next year, but like definitely something I want to do in the future. I want to do more like worth the hype, like picking books that are really, really popular, and I just want to know. At the end of the day, it's not even about like being able to rave about it or hate it. It's just I want to know, like desperately. I'm just too curious. So I want to pick like really big books that are well loved or very famous, and just want to know my reaction and blog it. So that's something I need to do more of. I also want to try and read more from authors that I have loved books by them, but like I haven't done like officially like that challenge much, but like unofficially I have, and it's been once again hit and miss. Becky Chambers, love everything, but like Blake Crouch, for example, I love his new stuff, and I bought like 3 of his older books, read 2, hated both of them. So like I have one more abandoned on my shelf, which I might abandon because if I hate one more book by him, I will just be pissed. So, but I want to do more of that because usually it works out okay. Like Matt Haig, Sanderson, you know, so I need to do that more, but maybe vlog them, make them like a proper challenge. Maybe I could do that for a whole month, or you could do that for a whole year. only reading from new authors for a month and then only from like the ones you've loved before for a different month. Look at me having more ideas as I'm filming this. But you know, those are some of my favorite challenges that I've done, or at least favorite ones, just to balance things out. I have done so many other ones, like trying to read the rainbows. If you don't know my rainbow shelves, there's the top one, the books that I have read, and then the bottom one that I haven't. So like, but that's kind of 1 week, 1 shelf, I guess, too. But I've definitely done that as a rainbow shelf too. So yeah, these are some of the reading challenges that I have done, I'm doing, and I'm thinking about doing. I would love to know your suggestions, your feedback. I will be doing like the classic Patreon book club, also like one a month that we will pick. I will probably do a video to announce the ones I'm thinking about doing, like the Bell Jar. I really want to read that one. And the video will be mostly like the ones I'm thinking, and then every month we'll still choose. And that's the one that we will be reading together. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Would love to get all of your favorite reading challenges that you have done, currently doing, want to do, want me to do. I would love to know. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.